allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all for being here. Our board has adopted policy and procedure 1400, meeting conduct, order of business, and form, which are available on the district website. This policy ensures that all meetings are conducted in a civil, orderly, and business-like manner. Whether you're a board member, staff, student, or guest, you all follow the same standards as civility during these meetings. Starting July 1st, 2024, all regular board meetings are audio and video recorded and available on the district website in compliance with RCW 423070. These recordings, which include board comments and public testimony, will be kept for at least 1 year. Public comment is required at regular board meetings when final action, as defined by RCW 423020, is taken. We value public participation, and each regular board meeting includes a public comment period as required by the Open Public Meeting Act. Comments can be made verbally or in writing. Written comments must be submitted at least 24 hours before the meeting and must follow the board's standards of civility. Public comment is limited to 30 minutes, with each speaker allotted 3 minutes. You cannot donate time to other speakers or speak more than once per meeting, even if time remains. This period is for the board to listen, not to engage in dialogue. The board will not respond to comments, questions, or challenges during the comment period, and silence should not be interpreted as agreement or disagreement. However, the board chair may ask for clarifications, and district staff may follow up with the individuals after the meeting. Please be mindful of the impact of your words. Each speaker is responsible for their own statements, not the district. Certain remarks can violate privacy laws or be considered defamatory. If you are unsure about the legal implications of your comments, we recommend seeking legal advice. In closing, we ask that everyone help us model for our students what a respectful and inclusive community looks and sounds like. Thank you for being here and for your contributions. Okay, minutes. Do we have a motion for approval of the regular school board meeting minutes for Thursday, December 19th, 2024? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We also need approval of special board executive closed meeting minutes for Monday, January 13th, 2024.
For Monday, January 13th, 2025.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. There are no public comments on agenda items. Let me verify that they're all on agenda. They're all on agenda. Next, we need approval of consent agenda. Do I have a motion for that? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Carrie, are you doing our enrollment and fiscal reports?
Yep, Lisa is ill, so I'll be doing the business manager's report. Okay, so enrollment through January is 470.44 for kindergarten through 12th grade. Year-to-date average is 479.56, having us top 24. But as I spoke about in the workshop, it is dropping, which we expect at this time of year. Transitional kindergarten has remained stable since the beginning of the year. Running Start is at 8.24, and Open Doors is at 8, so that hasn't changed in a couple months. Financials. You can see just that. All right, beginning fund balance was $1,974,990. And we had total revenue of $914,702. Total expenditures of $909,074. So our cash and investments, so our ending investments, net ending cash and investments is $202,112,250. For December, tells us the same thing. Total revenue, $914,702. Total expenditures, $909,074. Fund balance, $2,112,250. So, the revenue information is through December. And this shows that we are up $84,000 at the end of December for revenue from this time last year. And then this graph that I don't like, and then maybe next year we'll change it. But it shows that our budgeted revenue is in the blue, of the candy stripe is the year-to-date revenues. So our revenue each month so far has been slightly higher. To date, we've taken in 31% of revenue, which is in alignment. Last year it was 32% at this time. We're down to expenditures. Our expenditures through the end of December were $52,000 less year-to-date average. Here again, budget is in blue. Actual is in candy stripe, so expenditures December was about what we budgeted. And at this point, we've spent 32% of our budgeted expenditures. Last year it was 32%, so we're right on.
This is that's December.
December. Mm-hmm. Because January, it's
Oh, yeah,
always
I know,
7
yours
weeks
does.
after the end of the month.
And our year starts with that. Okay, thanks.
ASB in December, revenue of $2,482, expenditures $1,005. So they have ending cash of $85,417. This is basically the same thing, just in a different format. And we'd like to share why the fund balance is so important. September and November, we dipped into the use of the fund balance. October is when taxes come in, so we didn't have to dip into fund balance. December, we didn't have to dip into fund balance. Fund balance by month. Payroll. So we are up $38,000 in monthly payroll for December compared to previous years. Pretty aligned for each year. That's it.
Do we have a
It is on here, yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
I'm Jordan today too.
Yes.
You are wearing many hats. Hurry.
Okay. Jordan, so for January for ASB, high school ASB, they have their officer meeting. Polo is coming up on February 8th, Saturday. It's called the Sweetheart Dance, so they have to book for that. Valentine's Day, class of 2026 is doing candygrams. Oh, sorry, class of 2027, so sophomores are doing Tolo. Martin Luther King Junior Day was January 20th. We did not have school on that day. Basketball and wrestling, so tonight is the girls' class basketball, district basketball game. And what's their record, 13-2?
I believe so.
Excellent, excellent, best
They
ever.
lost yesterday, or 2 weeks ago, so.
Okay, Yeah, so they're doing great, and then the first playoff game is next Thursday here. Yeah, almost. Boys, tonight is a key game for them to determine where they go if they go into playoffs. And wrestlers are doing great as well. We don't have detail on here because I'm just reading her report. But let's see, she says, well, some of our wrestlers have been doing great and are showing promise to go to state. There will also be a home meet so that the wrestlers can have their senior night. Okay, mine's just gonna be verbal, so I'll come over here. Okay, so I want to talk, I've done this, I think this is the third time at a board meeting to talk about discipline numbers, and so just year to date, we've had 347 discipline referrals. We have 206 students, 7 through 12, so 347 discipline referrals. Female students make up 35% of those discipline referrals, male students make up 64%. This mirrors the data that happens in high schools. This is not unusual. We've had 14 short-term suspensions that range from 1 day to 10 days, and that's across 10 students. So a couple of those students had more than one short-term suspension. The referrals by grade would be a graph like this. So 7th grade is 31%, 8th grade is 29% of total referrals. 9th grade, 20%, 10th grade, 17%, 11th grade, 15%, and 12th graders, 12% of our total referrals. In addition to discipline, referrals, suspensions, what the actions are most often right now are lunch detentions or remedial actions. So remedial action is staff trying to talk to students, like why this isn't a good idea for you to be doing these things and please change your behavior. But we do have 10 students, so 5% of our high school student body on some kind of safety or escort plan, which is very staff intensive. And those plans include changing student schedules so they're not in the same class with other students, adding adult supervision, designating eating areas for them, requiring escorts anytime they're outside a classroom, requiring them to leave their phones or Chromebooks in the office at certain times of day, and then even alternative placements where we have them go to a teacher that is available but can work with them one-on-one or in small groups. And then, of course, those plans tend to have communication with parents built in several times a week. So they're all high school active.
Is that a spread like the general?
No, it's actually only one of the 10 are middle school and the rest are high school.
I was wondering about that spread, you know, how you said incidents of that. Is that true?
No, and it doesn't group into any particular grade. Well, yeah.
I would say something maybe more serious infractions at the high school level. But
Well, it's when all those other things haven't worked and, need pretty constant coaching, like walking down the hall, this is the appropriate behavior, this is how you would talk, you know, so it's just much more intensive. And of course, the hope is that their behavior changes, that we can stop those plans, but in the meantime, it's very, very staff intensive. Yep. Okay.
all right, moving on. So, recognition, we don't have any.
Yes.
Wait, we do? So it's not.
Go back to the superintendent report.
Oh.
Yes,
No, it's not, it says not.
so this is School Board Recognition Month. There are, as you know, 295 school districts in Washington State and 9 ESDs. So there aren't that many board members in Washington State. So this is School Board Recognition Month that you received from Jim Newby and his woodshop class, the wood plaques, the signatures on it. Blankets, keep you warm, and it's a very cold room. And then this certificate. And thank you for all you do for the district.
That's really,
Yeah.
that's what it's all about.
Yes. Super cool.
And the teachers, mothers.
Election of board officers. Oh, guess what? There's 4 things. And 4.
Whoever's not here, then is it.
Whoever's not here. Okay, we need a nomination for board chairman.
Who will nominate you, Laura?
Okay, do we have a second? 'Cause we do have
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor, say aye. All opposed? Laura continues to be the board chairman. Nomination for board vice chairman. I would like to nominate Paul Roby for board vice chairman. Okay. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Mr. Roby, you are now the vice chairman.
Whoa, that's for a special hat.
Okay, we need a
That was
nomination. We need a nomination for legislative representative. And I will second that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
You have, definitely. Okay, and last but not least, we need a WIAA representative. I will second that nomination. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Janet is WIAA representative. Okay, we do not have any old business. Do have some new business. We need a motion for approval of resolution 14, authorization for membership with the Municipal Research and Service Center roster to provide and maintain small public works consultant and vendor rosters.
I move we approve resolution 1498, authorization for membership of MRSC Municipal Research and Services Center. Provide and maintain small public works.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next, this is a fun one, actually. We need a motion for approval for the 5th grade classes, teachers Stephanie Alphas and Renata Mapes, and chaperone to attend an overnight field trip to North Cascade Institute's Mountain School in Diablo from April 16th through April.
I move we approve 5th grade classes, teachers Stephanie Delphus and Renata Mapes. Mountain School in Diablo from April 5 to April 18th, 2025.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We also need a motion for approval of the Carl Perkins grant. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we also need approval for the following grants. Title 1A, Title 2 KESE, Title 2A, Title 4 grants, TBIP, Federal Special Education, IDEA-B, Federal Section 619, Federal Flow through Special Ed, State Flow Basic Lab, State High School High Poverty Lab, State Elementary High Poverty Lab, and School Improvement for Elementary.
I move we approve the following grants. Title 1A, Title 2, KESE, Title 2A, Title 4, TVIP, Federal Special Education, B, Federal Section 619, Federal Flow Through special ed state flow basic lab, state high school high poverty lab, state elementary high poverty lab, and school improvement for elementary.
All in favor, say aye. All opposed, motion carries. Okay, we need a motion for approval of the use of capital funds for work safety areas.
Capital funds for work safety areas.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Need a motion to approve District 1 School Board Director Arthur Sanchez effective January 14th, 2025.
I'll move to approve the resignation of District 1 School Board Director Arthur Sanchez effective.
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Then we need a motion for approval of resolution to invest $14.96 and $14.97.
I would move that we approve the resolution to invest $14.96 and $14.97.
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we do have some public comment on non-agenda items, and I'm just going to remind everyone that you do have a 3-minute time limit, and we should be just fine on our 30 minutes because we have 5. So, okay, Sasha. Yeah, go ahead, wherever you would like to speak.
Speech. I just wanted to come here to thank all of you as school board members for your dedication to the kids in our community. As a teacher and a parent of 2 kids in the district, I'm so grateful that you're here and part of my community, that you're willing to show up and shoulder the responsibility and make the hard decisions to keep our district and our public schools going. I wanted to take a moment to recognize Carrie, our superintendent, for her tireless work. I'm sure she works over 40 hours a week, maybe 60, to really improve this district and bring it into compliance with a lot of state laws that wasn't that way in the past. And she also treats us as teachers with a level of professionalism and respect that we haven't had in the past. I've also seen her treat students with patience. Our students require patience and respect and trust. Last week we had a Rachel's Challenge assembly. It was pretty emotional. We had a student who started just loudly sobbing, and Carrie calmly walked over, took them by the hand, and walked them out so they could calm down, in a respectful, quiet place. Funded high poverty school districts. We have 20% higher low-income population at the high school than any other high school in Skagit County. So our job is really hard, it's really stressful, I love my job. But I just want to recognize that you guys are doing hard work, and I really, really appreciate that you show up and are here with me. Thank you. And I just love my kids.
All right, Ben?
Here, I want to ask the board to adopt a policy requiring staff and administrators to respond to emails. Email to the 3 board members and Gary over a month ago. I still have no response about that. It's a retaliatory email that I didn't get a response to. So I'd like the board to adopt a policy that requires staff to respond to emails to the community or other teachers. So if we can come up with a resolution for that, that'd be great. I'd also like to let you know that I have filed a petition to have Carrie Crickmore removed as superintendent with 50 signatures as of today, and it's been active for 24 hours. Do that, but that means that further actions, and that's what it'll come to. I think there's a lot of improvement that needs to happen, and I think I've addressed that here in times since September, and we're not getting anywhere. So, I'm gonna keep pursuing it. Thanks.
Okay, James.
I'd like to withdraw my name from that, please.
Sorry. Right, more clear. I just wanted to introduce myself. I know I've seen some of you, but don't know you well. Being National School Board Month, again, I want to thank you for serving our kids. I have 2 children, one in the concrete schools. One's in kindergarten, the other's in second grade. For 14 years, I think, I worked for the National Park Service as a law enforcement supervisor. I retired in July, and so that has left me some more time. My priority, one, are to be with my boys, and they're still young, so I'm doing that, but I do still have some more time, and public schools, I'm a very strong believer in public schools. I grew up in public schools, I believe in them, I want them to be as best as I can, and we love living here, and so we'd like to stay here, and I'd like to make the schools the best that I can and do anything that I can towards that goal. So I feel lucky that I am working part-time with the Concrete Resource Coalition. So if I can be of any assistance in that way, as well as just a personal volunteer, like I said, I'm doing fantastic schools, so thank you all very much for all of your efforts, and just know rides to parents. It's a great cover. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, and Sarah Beth.
So, a few things. First, I want to thank you guys for being here at the school board. As many of you know, I drive up here every day from Mount Vernon to teach here. I actually make less, I drive more. But, this is my community. It's always has been. Mine's the only one who doesn't have a kid that I have a car. If I came a little bit earlier, I would have actually not you, Laura.
Because I taught your siblings.
Oh, yes, that's
That's
true.
true.
That is
That's
true.
true.
But I appreciate that. I will take full blame for the 7th grade being way up here. I tend to spend a lot of time going, that's not what we do in my hallway. We're just molding them into young kids, and, thank you for, I just can't express how much. I mean, I come up here and you guys are always there for me. When I ask questions, you're there for the kids. You have a thankless job that you come every day. This year's been great. I really think things have been going well. I did speak to you earlier, I think it was September, about how I was worried that we didn't have enough administration presence in the high school. And since then, Carrie has moved over where she does the bulk of her work out of the high school office. And I think that makes a difference for the kids to know that Carrie was here, but to actually in their minds see the administrator. So I do appreciate that, because, you're trying to also meet our needs. So, I want to say thank you.
The next regular work session will be held on Tuesday, February 25th at 6 p.m. Next regular board meeting will be held at 6 p.m. on Thursday, February 27th in this room 107.
And our next community forum is February
February
11th.
11th? Yeah, that sounds right.
And it's specific about the rise of cyberbullying, what parents' responsibility is versus districts, student due process rights, and how to report concerns, and then also student protections under FERPA and privacy laws. So those are the questions I field the most right now from parents and students, and so I think the community forum would be a good place to address it where audience can engage more
And that's gonna be in this room, is that correct?
What date is that?
February 11th, 6 o'clock.
And we are going to have an executive session probably lasting, like, 15, 20 minutes? Yeah. For the superintendent's evaluation and no business to follow. So,